Rek All the Things. Sorry, we have been kind of taking a little hiatus. I got hitched.
Got married.
I got married. Somebody locked this down. So, ladies, I'm sorry.
Cut it out.
Oh.
He's taken off the market like spoiled fish.
That's where you went with that one? Like spoiled fish?
And I stay there.
So this will be our condensed review of 2017's It. Now, if you want to see a much longer video, we did a TriBeardal Council with our buddy Sean. Links are right here, where it's completely full of spoilers and what we actually think of the movie.
You will find out a lot about the movie with this review, but we're going to try not to spoil anything for you.
Because nobody wants spoilers.
Nobody got time for that. If you were a fan of the original It movie starring Tim Curry, go see this movie right now. It is everything brought to the table from the first movie to this one.
Now, don't go expecting both parts in this iteration of It. This is just It Chapter 1. If you know, obviously, your backstory with the original It was a 2-part mini-series. That's 4 hours, roughly, of footage. So this is only part of it. This is basically, essentially, just going to delve into the kids. So that is a slight spoiler, I guess. But really still very good. Now, touching on what Dave said, it is a great movie, but don't go expecting Tim Curry out of Mr. Bill Skarsgård. Bill Skarsgård?
Bill.
Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård.
Is it Bill?
Yeah.
He did a fantastic job, 100 times better than I thought he was going to do. Don't get me wrong, I didn't mind him in Hemlock Grove, but I wasn't expecting a whole lot out of him. But it was still very well done, very creepy. The costume design actually did work out in the end, and I was actually quite worried about the initial costume design.
Yeah.
But it still worked out, and I'll admit it, I was pretty creeped out.
It's one of those horror movies that you expect to be super, super scary, and I don't think it would be classified as a really scary horror movie.
No.
It's more campy and more relatable than what people think it's going to be. But essentially, it still is a horror movie, but I don't think it's going to be one that's going to keep you up at night unless you are afraid of clowns. Then you might still have a problem with this one.
Now, it is definitely a little more campy than your average horror flick. Don't worry, we're not quite going Evil Dead campy here. Not saying that Evil Dead ain't awesome, but not quite there. You definitely have some almost Saw levels of gore in this. Not too much. You don't see too much craziness, but there is still a fair bit of gore. So obviously, probably don't want to just drop your kids off at the theater, pay for their ticket so they can get in and see a rated R movie. There is nightmare fuel in this for sure for younger audiences, but at the same point, I would say this movie was riddled with way more jump scares than actual, like, deep-seated terror.
This movie, opposed to the older one, does touch on a little more of adult themes, but essentially still stays true to the actual story of It.
I would actually say this movie is a little closer to the original novelization of It than, say, the original source material was with Tim Curry's Pennywise and whatnot. They did obviously not include certain things, which I agree with, but at the same point, it was definitely a little closer to that with in regards to flow and feel. Obviously, some things will always change from the novel to the big screen. You can't have everything in there, especially everything that's going on in Stephen King's head. I'm pretty sure that guy should be locked up.
He's nuts.
Yeah, he should be locked up. But at the same point, this movie does it'll make you feel a whole array of emotions. Like, and that's what really makes this movie, in my opinion, really stand out. Because I do have a hard time personally categorizing this movie as a horror film because I didn't find it overly scary. To me, it was kind of a similar sort of scary as like Cabin in the Woods and stuff like that, where there's some more like campy, funny parts in it more than anything. Not more than anything. It is genuinely creepy, but I wasn't like terrified. But at the same point, like I said, it'll make you feel like these kids are going through stuff. They're only supposed to be 12 or 13, like in middle school, and you know, these kids are, you know, dealing with loads of stuff that kids are dealing with nowadays, like, you know, troubles with bullies and, you know, girls and everything else. And this movie, it'll make you want to cry, it'll make you a little scared, you know, and it'll make you just genuinely happy at the same time, like all throughout this movie. And that's what I think really does make this movie a good movie and a very good remake.
Now, a lot of people were afraid to see this movie because the original It movie was so iconic.
Super iconic.
Essentially, Tim Curry made the fear of clowns worldwide. And this movie plays great homage to that original film. And as a remake, it is incredible. Now, a lot of remakes do not help themselves, aka Nightmare on Elm Street should never be remade again. Ever. Unless Robert Englund is Freddy Krueger.
But he's like 60-something.
But we're not even gonna go there. This is about it. And I'm telling you, as a remake, this is one of the best I've seen ever. Keep that in mind.
Can you think of any other remakes that are decent?
That are decent?
Yeah, like good remakes. I'm trying to think of other good remakes that are even any good.
Not off the top of my head.
We literally have tried to rack our brains for the last little bit here to try to think of remakes that could have been up to this caliber, that could have been this good. Like, we were thinking the Godzilla remake. We were thinking, like, the umpteen friggin' Fantastic Four remakes, or even the Spider-Man remakes. And yeah, we know they're all reimaginings, this and that. But, like, when it comes to actually remaking a movie, even, like, the remake of Evil Dead, you know, all of, like, the actual, at the core premise, they are full remakes of a series or restarts. This is honestly the best one that we can honestly think of, really.
Yeah.
Like, and as much as I'm a huge Evil Dead fan, I thought the new Evil Dead was like, it was okay. Yeah, like I wouldn't
say it's a bad movie, but I would still prefer the original Evil Dead.
But at the same point, the one other than kind of like showing in that movie, showing the Necronomicon, showing Ash's car in the background, and then kind of like cutting the arm off, sort of thing. If you didn't have like those 3 to 4 things in that movie, it could have been its own standalone movie.
Absolutely.
It did not feel like an Evil Dead movie.
It didn't feel like an Evil Dead movie.
Where this movie, it feels just like it.
Go into this movie with the Jack Nicholson Heath Ledger comparison. Both amazing Jokers, but not the same Joker. Both in their own right did an amazing job at playing a character, but essentially was different. Both good, but different.
That's a fantastic point, actually.
Thank you.
Boom.
So to sum this up, if you have not seen the 2017 movie It, go see it.
Like now.
Right now.
Right this second. And when you do see it, when you finish watching it, click the link down in the description below, or right here. Probably, you know what, might cover Dave's face, might cover my face, or somebody could put it in a same spot, like right here, and watch our TriBeardal Council, where we actually kind of pick this movie apart. The stuff we really love, the stuff we didn't like so much, and we actually kind of go more in depth into things on this movie. I think at some point we kind of go a little off topic, but really, you know, it's a lot of fun.
It is what it is.
And you'll see our buddy, Mr. Sean. He's got a pink bandage.
He has muscles.
He does. He's got more muscles than we do.
So thanks for stopping by. Go check out our review with spoilers for the It movie after you see it.
Now don't forget to smash those like and subscribe buttons and light up that comment section with all the things that you're hoping to see from the new It. And like we said, don't forget to go check out our TriBeardal Council with our buddy Sean, where we really go more in depth into what we felt about it.
Till next time.
Peace out, Wreck-It Crew.
Later, Gator.
Ciao.